It's Christmas time.
So here we are today at Canadale Nurseries, and like everybody else, Christmas time, poinsettias, you got to have them, you love them. And then after Christmas comes, these red leaves, yellow, colorful things fall off.
Yes.
Now we're left with just a plain old green plant, and yeah, what do you do with it? So, like me, I throw them out. Come next year, get some new ones. But I have heard you can change them back to red again. So, inform us a little bit about the process of that, because I understand it is quite time-consuming.
Yes.
It's hard, and let's go through some of the proper care for the plants.
Okay. So basic care for a poinsettia is basically indirect sunlight. So you want it in a bright location, but nowhere where it's going to be directly like sunburnt by any means. They like it between about 20 and 25. So generally, if you're comfortable, so is a poinsettia. Believe it or not, our Christmas plant is more of a tropical. So avoid any drafts or direct heat, so away from any vents with furnaces or away from your front door. And they like to be kept moderately dry, so if it's dry to the touch, you want to water it, but just a little bit. So for a 6-inch, so this is our 6-inch pot, you would put an ice cube or two in there, about once every couple days, depending on your house.
Just one ice cube? Or?
Yeah, one ice cube in this pot. You might do 2 or 3 as the pot sizes go up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So just a little bit of water. The number one thing that people do to kill their poinsettia is overwater, typically. So, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you don't want to drown your Christmas plant.
No, that's a good idea.
So now I've heard in the past that if you put them in a plastic bag, you keep them moist, put them in a very dark room, like a closet or something.
Yeah.
This is how you change the leaves back to red or whichever.
Get them
Now is the red? I guess first of all, we see different colors.
Yes.
Is this the typical color of that plant, or is it? Did they stain them?
No, it depends on the genes of the plant. So none of these ones have been necessarily artificially infused with color. A couple of years ago, you'd see like kind of the blue and the golds. Those were infused artificially, but these genetically are red, white, and pink depending on the variety of the plant. As far as getting them to rebloom, yes, it's very, very difficult, and very difficult if you don't have a controlled greenhouse setting. So what you want to do, in about the end of March, cut your plant back to about 8 inches. So typically, by that point, you've lost the majority of the leaves, but you want to cut it back to about 8 inches. And then as the summer goes on, you can either put it outside for the summer as long as it's warm enough, but again, kind of indirect sunlight. At that point, you want to continue that fertilizing with just an all-purpose fertilizer and watering regularly. If you're wanting to get it to bloom for Christmas, it's very tricky, but it can be done. What you want to do is starting October 1st, you want to put it in a dark room, absolutely no light, for 14 hours a day. So every night, 14 hours, complete darkness, and then you need about 6 to 8 hours of bright light during the day. So every day you got to keep taking it in and out, in and out. And continuing that fertilizing and watering regime. So again, it takes about 8 to 10 weeks. So if you start October 1st, hopefully by Christmas you might have your color back. But it's very tricky, and that's why 99% of people just rebuy a poinsettia every year.
So if it's me, I would probably start it, and then about a week into it, I'd say that's enough of that.
Yeah, most people do, yeah.
So do you find, is this the most popular plant at Christmas time? What else do you guys sell a lot of?
Yeah, at Christmas it is probably our number one seller. People have been going to more non-traditional things, so we've been looking at the frosty ferns. Christmas cactus is huge for us, and this year actually orchids have been a big seller for Christmas. Yeah.
And what does Santa like? What does he come in here and get?
Santa loves a traditional red poinsettia.
Traditional red.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Jess, let's talk about the different sizes of plants that you can get here at Canadale's.
Yeah, so our smallest this is a 4-inch pot. We don't sell too many of them, but they're great if you're wanting something for the office, maybe for your desk. So that's a 4-inch.
Nice for the kids or something, right?
It is. So yeah, 4-inch pot. Next up is probably our most popular. It's the 6-inch. We sell a lot of that size. Again, great for hostess gifts or just general Christmas gifts. This is your 8-inch. So that's your next size up, and the largest we carry is a 10-inch pot. So
very nice.
Yes.
That one's got lots of blooms on it.
Oh yeah.